Yo, hi, what's up? Okay, no jokes. Okay, so this is the trade recap for the trades that I took. Today's okay, right now it's like Wednesday, but like Wednesday like 1 a.m. So I didn't really do a trade recap for Monday and also Tuesday, so I want to do it right now. So start off with the trade that I took on Monday. Um, Okay, wait, excuse me. Gotta find the timing. The timing. We want the 3 minute time frame, so we go to the 5 minute because it was actually a pretty good trade. Yeah, this is the trade. So actually, I remember the trade perfectly. So on Monday, I took this trade. Um, yeah, Monday I took this trade, exited right around this very specific area. Actually, hello for 1:1 RR, and yeah, basically banned. So I want to show you the reason why I took this trade and what my confluences are. So first off, start off with the 4 hour time frame. It was Monday. Let me show you my bias for this specific trade. Okay, all right. So my bias was that I was bullish because here on the 4 hour time frame we had just broke structure to the upside, and basically the only point of liquidity I was looking at during the time, yeah, was first off this 1 hour low. I mean 4 hour low. The 4 hour low was this, and so by the way, just forget everything that you see in this side and just focus on here. So my draws on liquidity was this 4 hour low, and as well as this 4 hour high, specifically on the 4 hour time frame. By the way, right? So I really did want to hold up until this area, but there's a reason why I didn't. So yeah, I'll just show you right now. But then yeah, that was my drawn on liquidity on the 4 hour, and also I was bullish because we had broken structure on the 4 hour, and then as well as we basically came off like equilibrium. We got off like we did get into equilibrium to retest that to retest for bullish biases. So yeah, then dropping onto the 1 hour, 1 hour. My jaws on liquidity on the 1 hour was this 1 hour low. I was looking at this gap as well for like if price were to sell off. This was the gap that I was gonna look at if I wanted sells. This was gonna be my target, but I didn't go for that, and then yeah. But check this out. Check this out. So this was my drawn on liquidity. We took it out before market open. By market open for the sell side. So before market open, we took this out, and then this was the 1 hour high as well as a session high. Let me check which session it was again, but I remember it being a session high. Okay, it wasn't a session high. Oh, it was an hourly high, and this was the session high. The 4 hours, the session high. So I was basically looking to target the session highs, but I didn't because we also had this fair value gap on the 1 hour. So and also we had that drawn liquidity on the sell side. So I didn't really go for that full amount. And also because when we did tap into this for hourly fair value, there was also this hourly fair value gap that basically showed me that okay, I shouldn't really hold this for too long because there was just a lot going on. I'll show you. Drop into the 30 minutes. I'm sorry if this is scuffed trading recap. But then yeah, back on the 30 minutes, same thing, bro. This was the high that I was looking at, and if price was gonna continue down because overall on the highest time frame, like weekly time frame, we are bearish. So yeah, I didn't really want to go against the highest time frame bias, but I did see that daily we were kind of bullish for that trade. So yeah, also in the fair value gap as well that I was talking about, the 1 hour fair value gap, this one, um, it was at the area of like what's it called again? Equilibrium. So price could have very much like reversed from this area, and like I could have gotten break even, but it didn't. Took out this 1 hour high as well as the 4 hour high, as there was also a 1 hour high as well, right around here, right? Don't forget that. But then yeah, jumping into the 15 minutes. This is all the time frames that I go to when I set out my things, right? So yeah, on the 15 minute, we had this 15-minute high that I marked out, and basically my entry was right around there. So 15 minutes, there's not much to look at. 5 minutes is where everything's at. Actually, I didn't even drop down to the 1 minute time frame for this trade because yeah, basically market open with this candle, and then since already we had swept this sell side liquidity, we also swept it on the S&P 500. I'm not gonna go to the S&P 500 right now. It's basically the same thing. But then yeah, um, market open. I marked out this 5 minute high, which was also a 15-minute high. That if we break it, I was gonna enter buys regardless. Like, cause like we had swept sell side liquidity, break of structure, meaning 5 minute break of structure, market structure shift, take out hourly highs, hourly fair value gap. It was a pretty good trade. So when we closed the 5 minute market open, basically was a quick ass trade, bro. Closed. I entered one lot size on the live account. I don't have a funded account. Don't ask me why. I blew it. That's your reason. And then my full TP was around this area, but because when we got to this area, we started consolidating a lot, and price really price basically looked like, okay, sharp, this was supposed to be my TP or all of that. So when price did hit, get into this fair value gap, I basically moved my stops to break even. And yeah, I saw price doing this a lot, like consolidating on the 1 minute, showing signs of reversals. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go through that, but I will hold out to at least a 1 to 1 RR, which was here on my first target. Exited here beautifully, made 200 and something rands. Was a beautiful trade, and yeah, that was the trade for Monday, as well as so it was a beautiful trade. Basically, I followed my buys. One thing I want to take from this trade, and it's the same thing that I want to take from the trade that I took on Tuesday as well, is that this was basically, I love the way that I traded here. I got on the charts. I went to Forex Factory, checked for news, didn't have any news, not any that I do remember of, and marked out my Johns of liquidity. I had my bias. I stuck to my bias. The charts gave me an entry, and then I took it. So basically, I would say that was an A plus setup, bro. And for me, A plus setups are not like, oh nah, I have multiple confluence, like 1,000 confluences. Like we got an SMT, we got a break of structure, we got invest fair value gap or whatever. No, no, no. Basically, for me, a plus setup is coming to the charts with a clear mind, having a strong bias, and looking for a presentation. Like just because my the reasons why I entered are different from how I would normally enter. Like normally I would want if I really get retracement or like a high time frame inversion. Like this trade, for example, some people took this trade as the inversion trade. After we hit that liquidity, people took this trade as with this 5 minute inversion for sales to take out that initial draw on the liquidity I was telling you about. I could have taken this sell as well if I did miss this one, this initial buy, with targets being here at the lows or lower, like the fair value gap, which would have been like here would have been a 1:4. If I did target lower, could have been like what to that fair value gap, 1:6, but I still would have gotten ticked off by break even actually. But basically, I'm saying that I'm actually glad for this trade. I'm happy for this trade because I stuck to my bias. I stuck to my rules. Um, I didn't emotional trade or anything like that. I took a 1:1. I didn't get greedy saying, "Oh nah, it's a 1:1." I basically got what I risked and didn't hold out more. No, I'm happy that I did well on this trade. Actually, I have no comments. I want to keep up the same energy with every other trade for the rest of this week, for the rest of my trading career. Actually, so yeah, that was Monday's trade. I'm sorry if I yap too much. I know sometimes I might not be making any sense, but yeah. And then moving on to Tuesday's trade. Tuesday, Tuesday. Basically, okay. Good thing that okay for Tuesday I could show you all the same things. So I know the chart is very messy, so I'm just gonna go to the S&P 500 chart. Always for my daily bias, I start off at the 4 hour. So basically today I was okay, yeah, today I was bearish because on the 4 hour clearly we're bearish. Uh, 4 hour break of structure. You see, 4 hour bearish order flow. So on the 4 hours it was bearish. I marked out the 4 hour high, which was this one, 4 hour low, which was this one as well, which was also like the session Asian session high, Asian session low again, and then oh yeah, wait, let me go to the 1 hour actually just to show you. Previous day Asian session high, previous day Asian session low, actually the same session low actually. Let me just say that. And then we had London session highs, which was also the hourly highs, and London session lows, which was also the hourly lows. So basically, we're just gonna finish over here. We're not here yet. So yeah, with all of that being said, I was very much bearish. I wanted to see price take out um this area over here. Don't mind this. I didn't even take this trade, so let me just remove that. I wanted price to take out this. Same thing on Nasdaq, bro. It's literally the same thing, right? So for our we were bearish, Asian session high, marked out session London session highs, London session lows, the Asian session lows. Um, yeah, so that was my bias. I was bearish, and then we didn't have anything on the 1 hour that significantly could impact the trade. One thing that I did see that confirmed that we were gonna displace lower was that on the 1 hour we did invest this hourly gap, so most probably we're gonna continue lower off of that. So it was really great to see. But yeah, coming into 30 minutes, I didn't really see much price action wasn't giving. It was still the same thing, bro. Like it's really the same thing. Price action wasn't given. Price action didn't look the best the lower time frame that you went actually, but yeah. So you see, price was just choppy, nothing of note. So the one thing that I did mark out was this. You see this green line was this. This is the hourly high, London session highs. This was too far out for me to target, for me to see as a target. So I just basically, I just kept this here, but I didn't really see anything of note. So one thing I want you to take is that whenever we have choppy price action like this, you don't really know. Just mark out the 15-minute high and the 15-minute low, bro. So this was the 15-minute high. I want to see price sweep this high, sweep the hourly high as well. Okay, no, like if I was to be bullish, I would want to see price the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute to close above this 15-minute high. If I were to see a reversal, right? But yeah, also this. So yeah, by the way, yeah, doesn't really matter much. But then yeah, 5 minutes where the action happens, bro. This price action is just so cooked. Yeah, price action into market open. We started by dropping. We swept. We didn't really sweep out. Took out this 15-minute low. Didn't go. Thank God we didn't go for my target. We didn't take out the session lows that I was targeting actually. We did go buy higher after the going low. We opened. We went low. We went high. Took out the 15-minute high as well. Let me just remove this. Took out the 15-minute high. So at the hourly high, I didn't take out the session high, but I didn't really care too much for it since we already did take out the liquidity over here. We probably might go. We're gonna go back here. It's someday, but yeah. For now, I'm not really interested in anything above. We just took out the liquidity, which was one thing that I really did want to see. And after the 5 minute closed, I didn't really see anything of note except that, okay, we closed. Let me show you the 1 minute time frame actually. Um, so it actually did go to the 1 minute. On the 1 minute after we closed that, after we closed the 5 minutes, we closed the 5 minutes right around, let me see, 35. We closed the 5 minutes right around here. So exactly when we closed, we had this 1 hour gap. Right? I mean, that's this 5 minute gap that we invest on the 5 minutes, which on Nasdaq it was the highest time frame inversion, right? So I entered right off like when we invest the 5 minutes, and then it was right around here. Put my stops on the 5 minute high right over here. Now this is when things started to get a little tricky for me. Not tricky as in risky, right? I entered, price started buying instantly because I am bearish. I was confident in my bearish bias, but there was something different on the S&P 500, right? Wait, no, I'm going to the wrong place. Some The S&P 500 was way different. So remember on 35, when you got to minute 35, we had invest the high time frame fair value gap on Nasdaq. Well, on the S&P 500, we didn't invest the 1 minute, which also was not the highest time frame inversion. The highest time frame inversion was actually the 3 minutes. So you see over here over 35, we didn't invest the 5 minute, we didn't invest it, and then the highest time frame inversion was also the 3 minutes. So it actually gave me a bit of a problem because I also started seeing bullish SMTs, but I didn't really care for bullish SMTs because like I am still bearish. So what kept my head in the game and not doing anything dumb um was that I was very strong within my bias. I had a very strong bias, right? I believed in my bias. I saw the reasons why we should sell and not enough reasons why we should buy. But it did give me a problem that we didn't really invest on the S&P 500, and that really bumped me up and bumped me out and stressed me a little bit. But then, yeah, a few minutes later, S price was doing its own thing. Wait, a few minutes later, we did end up inversing the 3 minutes. And then when we did inverse, you see, bro, the high time frame inversion is the greatest. For me, it's the greatest. Like SMT and the high time frame inversion, bro. If you get that, bro, bro, you're winning 90% of your trades. So when we did get that, price started going lower. So yeah, see on the 3 minutes on Nasdaq, we didn't have the 3 minute high time frame inversion. We just had the 1 minute. So yeah, bro. After getting that high time frame inversion, price started just like ripping down, bro. Because when we got it on the on the S&P 500, started ripping down. I saw this 1 minute gap that also held on the S&P 500. Thank God. And then yeah, the bearish bias was the one. My targets were London session lows. Well, this was my break even. The 5 minute low where we opened low actually was my break even. London session lows, next target, but I obviously don't want a negative RR. Next target was also this low. I forgot what low this is actually. And yeah, the Asian session lows were my target. So yeah, beautiful 1:1. I could have held lower actually, but there was no real target for me. There was no target that actually made sense for me to hold lower. So yeah. But one problem was that after we hit my break even, we went actually I got break even over here, and then but I was so strong within my bias that I actually didn't actually enter again right over here. So basically, after I got break even, I entered again instantaneously because I was way sure about my bias. Entered instantaneously, and price started ripping. Went to my TP, and yeah, beautiful 1:1 again. So two back-to-back days, 1:1 trades. Um, yeah, man, made so over the past couple of days, I made plus 500 something. I don't know, but like it was definitely over 500, less than 600. So 500 and something. Today I made 267, And yeah, the other day I made 200 and something. So yeah, man, beautiful week. Start to the week so far. I'm not mad at anything. I love that. Okay, this one I'm kind of this. I think one thing I should have taken from this was not okay. It was a proper setup. I got break evens. Cool. One thing that I don't like is that I actually entered again, which could have potentially put me at risk for getting stopped out and losing more money than really was necessary. But I was so strong, and my conviction and my bias was so strong, and then yeah, I banked, made money, and yeah, man, it was a great trading day. I'm happy with myself, and yeah, I want to see more of this next week, today, whatever. I want to see more of this. I'm actually seeing consistency within my trading. Um, my only issue is that with the funder, I don't have enough funds to actually get a funded from like other prop firms, and the one prop firm that I actually could afford, they changed they changed the the methods, like the payment methods. So before I could use like the bank transfer method and just like wire transfer the money, something like that. But now they just made it to digital payments only, like crypto payments only, which was a hassle because I had to set up my crypto account. I use Luna, so Luna doesn't really it can only pay pay people using Ethereum, and the platform that I'm using doesn't really accept Ethereum as a payment, so it accepts USDC. So I had to move the money in my Luna to a different wallet. I chose Phantom, and then Phantom doesn't really. I don't know why, bro. Like I'm having trouble with Phantom. I gotta like I sent USDC to my Phantom. It's in there, and then I tried transferring that USDC into Solana so that I can buy the actual coin. I mean, buy the actual account, but then it won't let me transfer it. I don't know why it says something like it's just a whole bunch of problems. But I definitely want to sort it out by the end of the week. So even if I don't get a funded this week, I'm actually happy within my trading. I know in the future everything is gonna go well. It's gonna go great. Right now I'm just taking up Brave. So yeah, man. SF90 in the future, bro. That Lamborghini, that M3 competition, that penthouse apartment, bro. I know I'm getting it all. I'm 20 years old currently. I'm turning 21 in the April, and yeah, man. Right now I don't have a lot of money. I have less than 1,000 rands in my account. Actually, I only have like 400 rands in my account, in my bank account. So, and I owe Discovery Bank like money. I just paid off my FNB account. Like there's a lot of things that are not going great, but they're working out because I am working towards fixing my life and everything. Well, I've been working towards fixing my life, but like my life is not ruined, but I'm doing a great job, I would say. Better than most people. I'm doing a great job for myself. Not even comparing myself to most people. And I'm happy for that. I'm content. Risk management is good. Psychology on the chart is good. So everything outside of the charts, it's good as well. I'm working out. I'm actually taking care of myself. Uh, I wanna consistently wake up earlier than I usually do. Like wake up at 9 a.m., get out of bed by 9:30 a.m. South African Standard Time. Just do way more things instead of working out at night. I want to work out in the middle of the day. I want to clean more, take care of the house more, do all of that, bro. And I love the way that I'm trading. So yeah, man, I'm actually proud of myself. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is my trade recap from me to you, Jalen. Anybody else watching? I hope you got something out of this.